I don't know if I've ever been tired of hearing about strength and how powerful somebody is. This series puts a big exclamation point on it. Ordering. Yo, Tower of God family, what's good? Mark here. Happy Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day this is you're watching this. But you guys didn't see my channel update, then you don't know that Urek's Ascent chapter reviews every 2 weeks now. I'm sorry, I just don't have the time, and I also don't like this series as much. Like, I'm so ready for season 4, but here we are, and I'm so glad I did wait, because honestly, Tower of God is one of those series that is better consumed in bunches. Obviously, when there's like something dramatic or awesome that happens, you want to talk about it that week, so week-to-week reviews. But for this series, I don't think it's good enough for me to review every week. So here we are. Without further ado, let's talk about chapter 35, and then we'll jump to 36. If you want to jump, hopefully I'll put the chapters below for you, but let's get into it. So 35, we jump into Mago and Leo having a conversation, looking at the castle. They're talking about Mago, how she basically came to power and how her power worked, feeding on the despair of people. Then we get this little glitch lady that's like a bug in the system, which it reminds me of what we already learned about Lou. That's kind of what Lou's origins is. I've always had a bad taste in Tower of God when there are just like sudden things like suddenly introduced. And the fact that there's like another like Lou level thing going on here, it's weird. Which then leads us to the final test, okay? This is supposed to be the final test for the second floor, the one that'll knock out all the regulars, but it's their advancement test. Now, to my surprise in this, I did not expect Mago to really reveal herself. I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't think she would be actually running the test herself. Like, this whole floor guardian not being a part of this, and this whole sham of a test, it all feels weird and wrong. Like, forgive me if I feel like this doesn't feel Tower of God-y to me. Maybe it's just I don't like where it is. So this whole thing is being run by Mago, and it's a whole manipulation tactic, okay? All this is, if we just look past the pretty words and, oh, you guys are to hunt me and take me out, this is all to get Urek, okay? So she shows them how her wish power works, how she can basically grant anything. And we see that this regular wishes to become stronger, so she grants him a weapon and he's stronger, right? Cementing her power as somebody who can grant any wish. Like, she's already hook, line, and synced all the regulars into believing anything she says. Now, then we get this lady who reminds me of a Joan of Arc type, and it's weird that she calls Mago Arc, but she's like the Joan of Arc type, her whole origin story. So if you're unfamiliar with Joan of Arc was like a sort of seer, and she would like give like prophecies or like strategy ideas like on how to like win the war, and they ended up winning. And then she ended up being taken out by her king, her emperor, and they burned her at the stake. So this woman's whole thing with trying to like praise Mago, but also like wanting to protect her village, and like wishing like the regulars like to plead with her to help her out, and she's got like lashes on her back, and she's burning, sort of like the Joan of Arc. So all this did was like lament like what the regulars are doing. Like, they are for themselves. Now this whole thing, I don't know, it feels a little convoluted to me, but it's just like, the test is explained as, you take your jewel, you place it in an altar, you come to me, you kill. And then she puts out another message like, oh, you could also come protect me and I'll grant all your wishes. Neo is kind of, I don't know if he's being manipulated, but Leo tells him what to do to try to get Urek, and Neo's a traitor. As we knew he would be, he kind of gave that vibe in the beginning when we met him, but all the regulars gather and Urek's basically taking control. And Urek makes his way to Mago, and looks like we're going to get that 1v1. So, now we're crossing into 36, right? So, the Joan of Arc lady, she is, like, familiar with the area around the castle, so she has all the regulars hidden in a good spot. Now, as it turns out, Neo gives up the drop, okay? And Lapis finds them. Now, we get the fight between Urek and Mago, and it's not super exciting. Not yet, at least. Mago is literally just dodging Urek, like, while in the, as Trom would say, cell phone position. It's kind of hilarious, but he's trying his hardest to hit her. Now, Mago does Hope Reversal and knocks him back. Apparently, Urek is stronger on the outside, which we kind of knew already, but he's not even at full strength, which is, oh god, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I've ever been tired of hearing about strength and how powerful somebody is. This series puts a big exclamation point on it, and I get it. But we're never going to be able to measure this, so can we please stop trying to? Now, Urek ends up using Shinsu and is able to damage Mago, and they're having a conversation about, they're kind of dancing around, what the things used to be like and what things are now. And Mago's telling them, you put too much trust in these people that you don't even know. As you should always know, you should know best to only trust yourself, Urek. Which means that, Urek has probably been betrayed on the outside by the Luminous Ones. And she gains more power from, again, despair. So, Urek despairing over not being able to fight her, she just gained a lot of strength from this plan with Neo. So then we get Urek appearing in front of Leo, and he's like, no, you're Leo, what do you want? And he's like, well, you found the altar pretty fast, right? And he tells him that he can never go where Lady Mago is. And then he blitzes Leo. I ain't gonna lie, that was lit. He blitzed that motherfucker real quick. Leo's gets back up and is like, well, Lady Mago granted me the ability to revive myself. Urek turns around with the most malice face and says, oh really? Hold my beer. And then we say, Urek, next thing we see is the whole area destroyed with Urek standing over half of his torso with a giant building structure in his hand, and he's like, say that again. I will never die, smash. And then Urek is just punishing him. This was a better chapter than 35 at least. And this is what I've kind of been asking for, but it's kind of too late. You've already done your damage to you. I don't need to see Urek stomping somebody out for literally half a chapter or a full chapter, as we've seen in the past, with the bull. Urek literally blitzed this guy real quick and then stomped him out for 4 more panels. That's all we need. We understand his strengths. You don't have to drag it out and abuse characters that we know he's stronger than. Solid chapter, even though it's pretty short. But so as far as I'm concerned, chapter 35 was more of a 5 out of 10 for me. I don't care about the explanation of the game. I don't care about this bug thing. I was a little bored by it. But 36, better, a lot better. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good chapter. It got right to the key. It jumped several things. We're moving along with the plot. Neo's a traitor. Mago and Urek's relationship, the strength, and of course the ending was badass. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a stream this week, guys. I'm not too excited by these chapters, so no stream this week. But again, I will see you again in 2 weeks at least for this series, so I can see as I let 2 chapters build up, and then I'll read them together. So till then, guys, thank you for your support as always. I am yours truly, Mark. See you soon.